Right, it's time. It's time. Are you ready? Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator. Are you ready to take this exam now? So, you want to make sure that anything you configure can persist past the reboot, right? Also, if you have to recover from root, there's a couple different options that you have to make sure that you do so that you are ready in order to take the exam. Now, hands on is key. There's a bunch of Red Hat videos. There is a lot of information. The book that is recommended for this course, make sure that you've gone through the whole book step by step and you understand exactly what you're walking into. It's an expensive exam. $500? 500 US dollars. That ain't no joke, baby. So listen, make sure that you are extremely comfortable. You don't, if you got to think like this, if you got to look your head up and try to figure something out, you better not go take that exam. Don't waste that money. You know what I mean? Look, you wouldn't be here if you was rich. Believe that. So here's the thing. Make sure that you are comfortable, very comfortable with anything related to that RPM distribution, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, before you go take this exam. If you need to take an extra couple weeks, if you need to take another month to make sure that you're comfortable, do what you have to do so that when you take that exam, you pass. You pass. Then after you're done, because I'm confident you're going to do it. After you're done, you will do it. You're greater than you think you are. When you pass and you're done, now start learning the stuff that you need in the real world. So the things that we work on a daily basis in the real world, you're going to work with developers, whether they're DevOps people or cloud people, whatever. You're going to deal with Git, right? Whether it's GitLab, GitHub, whatever particular technology company is based on Git. You're going to use it. So you need to know how to deal with Git, right? You need to know how to deal with CI/CD, whether it's Jenkins or Puppet or whatever the particular flavor that a company is using. Only focus on learning what is the most popular. Go through job listings, find what's common, and learn that, right? Now, also, in addition to that, you need to learn Terraform. It could be Pulumi or whatever is common in your area, right? You could be in the United States, so it's Terraform. You can be somewhere in another country, it might be Tofu, it might be something different. Just make sure that you're going by your local area of what's popular in your local area, but Terraform tends to be the gold standard, right? HashiCorp Terraform. Outside of that, Ansible. You need to worry about learning and understanding automation. That's something that you're going to deal with on a consistent basis. And if you walk into a company that doesn't have it, at some point they're going to want to do it, so you need to learn Ansible. And you must learn Ansible to take any higher level certifications from Red Hat, all right? So keep that in mind. So there's, I know you're like, oh man, I just learned this Rhca stuff. I gotta, listen, IT is a constant learning process. You will always continuously learn throughout your entire career. So if you think that you pass the exam, that's it, well, you still have to recertify, just keep that in mind. But it's a constant learning process. Technology's changed. When I first started IT, it was 2007. Right? I was learning Solaris. And then it changed over to Red Hat. And then things changed over time. Then it became cloud. And also, cloud service provider. Go by your local region, right? So AWS may not necessarily be in your particular region. If you're in the United States or Africa on the continent, and Africa is a continent, 54 countries, so don't think it's just one country. So they may focus on AWS, right? Or you're in another region or a different state in the US and they're focused on Google Cloud, right? Or you might be overseas and they're using Alibaba, or they're using any number, or Huawei, right? The Huawei's cloud. So all throughout the world, they have different cloud environments. It could be DigitalOcean. It doesn't matter what flavor of cloud it is. Focus on learning what's in your local area. Don't just follow the crowd, right? Follow what they're hiring for locally, because if you go off and you're learning AWS and you're in an environment surrounded by thousands of companies that use Huawei, it doesn't make any sense, you know? So if you're surrounded by Azure, you know, go ahead. It's probably one of the few times you hear me talk about Microsoft's technologies. But here's the thing. You go by your local environment, you learn that tech, learn that cloud, and that's what you focus on. All right, let's get started.